Part 2. When the shadow spoke my truth, the shadow stopped hiding after that night. It no longer waited for darkness or flickering candles. It appeared in the soft glow of morning, stretching across the kitchen wall while I made tea. It lingered in the hallway as I passed, patient, calm, as if it had all the time in the world. Its presence was gentle yet heavy, like a memory that refuses to fade. At first, it did not speak. It only watched. That silence was worse than any scream. Every quiet moment felt stretched thin, ready to snap. I avoided mirrors. I stopped turning on unnecessary lights. I convinced myself that if I didn't acknowledge it, it might lose interest and disappear. But ignoring the truth only gives it more power. One evening, exhausted from pretending, I finally whispered, "What do you want from me?" The shadow stepped forward. Its shape sharpened, forming something almost human. When it spoke, the voice sounded painfully familiar, my own voice, stripped of confidence and hope. "I want you to stop lying," it said softly. The room felt colder. My chest tightened. "I don't lie," I replied, though my voice trembled. The shadow tilted its head. "You lie every day," it said. "You tell the world you're fine. You tell yourself tomorrow will fix everything. You pretend you are not afraid." Images flooded my mind like broken glass. The job interview I never prepared for because I feared rejection. The friend I pushed away because I didn't want them to see me failing. The apologies I never gave because pride felt safer than honesty. I covered my ears, but the memories grew louder. "You buried me under excuses," the shadow continued. "Every time you ignored your feelings, you fed me." The horror was no longer in its shape or voice. The horror lived in the truth of its words. I realized then that the shadow was not an enemy invading my life. It was a part of me that had been screaming quietly for years. I sank to the floor, shaking. I didn't know how to face it, I whispered. The shadow knelt too. For the first time, it looked tired. "Running feels easier," it said. "But it costs you more than you know." That night, something changed. Instead of fear, I felt grief. Grief for the person I could have been if I had listened sooner. Grief for the kindness I denied myself. But facing truth is never gentle. As days passed, the shadow grew restless. When I tried to slip back into old habits, avoiding calls, hiding emotions, it grew larger, darker, more threatening. One night it loomed over me and whispered, "If you keep running, I will take your place." Sleep became impossible. I knew I stood at a choice. Either the first face myself, or I would be consumed by the parts I ignored. So I began, slowly. I admitted my failures out loud. I wrote letters I never sent, apologizing for my mistakes. I answered calls instead of silencing them. Each act felt like tearing open an old wound. The shadow screamed, thrashed, and shrank with every honest step I took. Healing was not peaceful. It was loud and painful. Some nights I cried until my chest hurt. Other nights I wanted to give up and return to numbness, but something beautiful happened too. The more honest I became, the quieter the shadow grew. It stopped mocking me. It started listening. One morning, sunlight filled the room, and the shadow stood thin and still, no longer threatening. It looked at me with something like understanding. "You're learning," it said. I nodded, tears in my eyes. That was when I learned the deepest lessons hidden inside fear. Truth hurts before it heals. Avoidance feeds darkness. Growth demands courage, not comfort. The shadow did not vanish, but it no longer controlled me. And for the first time, I felt something stronger than fear, hope. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.